remaining. Prepare for battle. Seconds to battle.
Thanks so much, guys. I do want to point out, though, that I'm pretty sure Slack's made up every bit about that lore. I'm pretty sure that that's completely wrong. I have no base of truth or fact for that, but that's just what it seems like. But while we're into the game, it is Alliance versus Liquid Game 2.
I don't think they're from the same region.
No.
Slardar and I think Naga and Slardar are, but I don't think Tide.
Yeah, it's Slark and Naga, right? That's the real lore.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah, I think he's just drunk, as usual. I could smell alcohol on his breath.
He's not fit to work today. He is not fit to work.
No.
All right, well, I mean, this is what, you know, Shiva talked about it. I'd feel also that this is pretty anticlimactic if Liquid didn't win this game. I like their draft, but again, you do have to deal with the Loda Naga, who was a monster last game. They have a very different draft. They are going to do the Io and the Naga mid, which is something we used to see a fair bit, but they have the Faza Razor there, and I think that's a good start for them. He'll try to leech some damage and just be a nuisance. It's pretty good against the Io with obviously the Plasma Field, and I actually like this lane a little bit for Faza. Sure, it's not the easiest thing in the world, but whatever.
I think I saw S4 play the Tidehunter actually recently against Eternal Envy's Queen of Pain in the WCA qualifiers, and he was actually really good at that. So Tide's obviously the type of hero that S4 likes to play, the non-farming kind of role player. Like big team fights, get your ultimate off, do a lot of damage. Like that kind of feels like S4's role to me. He's not the type of player that's going to play the TA and just kind of go ham. He feels like the guy that's going to just hit a bunch of huge ults in fights and lead the fights.
Right, and even when he plays that type of hero like a Shadow Fiend, he's still doing big ults, big raises as well. That's actually a good point. You don't really see him play the TA too often or too many farming heroes in that mid lane, but the tempo controls kind of came back, I think, in this patch in particular. I think a lot of the tempo control mids have returned. Dendy's had some success with that, but he is playing a Tidehunter in the offlane right now. He wants to fight. He wants to make sure he protects that Naga. The Naga has currently 6 CS, but again, Fata on the Razor, 8 last hits already. And this is just a lane that I think is going to go super well for him. As well as it can go with a dual lane against him. This bottom lane is also interesting. Looks like they might go. There's the charge. S4 is caught out. Doesn't have Anchor Smash anymore as well. The Slithering Crush will go at the very end. Nice LSA. Do they have the damage? He gets the Anchor Smash off, and the last right click should do the job. It's going to be Jirax getting it done. He just got a Snowball minus. Can they go for 2 here? He thought about it, decided against it. There's another great LSA. Ake will come through. He even throws up the tether, and they actually might get Jirax out of this, but they will have the heal, the Shadow Whip, and Kuroki, keeping him safe and sound. So a tether that doesn't really result in anything, but Ake will fill up his bottle with a regen nonetheless on his way back towards mid.
I think he just kind of overrated how tanky he was. Like, S4 probably thought, I'm a Tide, I'm a giant watermelon, I can't really die to anything, but it's one of those things where you play offlane, and if you're not used to it, you kind of just get blown up and you're just like, I thought I was going to survive there.
Yep.
He has to wait until he has a few more levels before he can really get into fights like that, because only level 1 for both of his abilities. Like level 1 Kraken Shell, level 1 Anchor Smash isn't enough to deter, and I feel like they just hold.
He just tried to TP out the Sprout. They don't have any way to break through. They do. The last right click, they can't get it done, and he survives.
Goodbye.
He will TP back home with maybe about 100 HP, maybe even less, and he'll survive, but that was too close for comfort. That's not going to be a fun lane. And already, the Tusk roaming around being effective is very nice. S4 will get more out of this lane now. The Slithering Crush goes from Tama Man. Anchor Smash actually misses, so I think you have to chalk it up to Rust for S4. I think that's the biggest thing. Then again, you can't really say that when you're like First of all, this guy's a damn good Dota player. We all know that. He won TI. Secondly, he's global elite in Counter-Strike, so I guess you can't really count on Rust.
Yeah, true. He's just good at everything, honestly.
Yeah, he really is. What an asshole. This guy's amazing.
While we have a brief pause in action, fun fact, he is very afraid of scary games, but at top...
Bulldog's even more scared. He might be able to stretch
he's actually
out.
cut in.
That's Sprout. Oh my god, the Ice Shard's mind control. It's like, you're a traitor, Drax. How dare you? How's mid going? Fata has 21 last hits. What's happening?
I mean, it's a it's a melee versus a Razor. Like, that's pretty standard.
73 damage. He even gets an illusion room.
Yeah, what is a Wisp supposed to do against that lane? Like, you actually can't really survive. They just need this off lane to go really well. They have a lot of teamfight presence with this Tide Hunter playing this core role. Like, I think they're still going to be okay. We're going to judge their lineup when it comes to like the 15-minute mark and on. Before that point, it's hard to really say anything just because the laning phase is meant to go kind of badly. But I was saying he's really afraid of scary games, but he plays them anyways. Like on the old Alliance, that was their hobby. Just watching him get scared.
I couldn't imagine having. Why did he ever stream them? Did he stream them?
No, it was like a team bonding thing.
All right.
He's like deathly afraid of them, but he powers through.
That's some perseverance. He's actually doing pretty well. He's 16 last hits. Sure, he died, but
the CS game has completely gone the way of Liquid, though. But this is something that I think Kevin actually mentioned on the panel, that you kind of expected this. Like, this was meant to happen.
Yep. The Slardar, however, only has 15 last hits.
I thought he had like a verbal tick when he kept saying Slardar.
I saw some sort of joke. They're actually going to use the heal. He's in trouble. The Ice Shards will come through, but Ake was there all the time just waiting for maybe some sort of initiation. And S4 doesn't have any gush, so they can't really turn. Yeah, sure, he can anchor smash, and he's very tanky, but they have to kind of bait Liquid under the tower for them to get kills. So S4 will continue to get CS. He'll continue to stay alive. They've even rotated the lanes completely. The Naga's just going to jungle, so Lotus farm, which was absolutely fantastic in that first game, despite, you know, having to run in and out of fights, is now maybe going to get stifled a little bit here.
I think it's okay because your Tidehunter's getting a lot, and this is the hero that needs to get a lot. And he's also gone the vaunted Merlini Mango build, where he just has 2 mangoes. How are you actually going to fight that? Matama Man can't even get close. He's only got 1 mango. You're not beating that.
And well, Matama Man has amplified damage in a level, so... But he's also getting chased down by a couple heroes. Slaughter's a good hero. I proved that yesterday. We were playing a pub game with some of the better players here. I'll put it that way, and I did a pretty good job.
Who's the better player here than you, Mott?
Well, I mean, do you really want me to flame myself right now? Is that something that you want to have happen?
Oh, Loda's getting gone on a top. He doesn't have Song either. I think Fada can't really commit to this, though, especially with the TP coming in.
But he's making him waste time. Loda will regen up. They do force Ake out of there. He has an injury.
He's going to kill Ake.
Yeah, he's going to bring him down. There's the plasma field, the last right click. That was just an easy kill. He's going to get Loda too as well. He's going to chase him out of the tower. Bulldog's here. They need to get a Sprout. No, they won't go any further. Bulldog came in at just the right time.
Fada's so smart. He pops the invis out of sight, knows that Ake won't expect it.
I was like, where did they go? Where did he go?
Like, alright, he's probably gone. Just continue to farm Loda, it's cool.
Ake not having a great game. Again, he's the 6th position player on this team, and often is. I mean, he used to play the Chen, the Enchantress every now and then, but he's got nothing. He's 0-0 in terms of CS. Last hits and denies. He is level 3. If things were going better mid, maybe he gets something. He could stack up the jungle, maybe get a couple last hits with Loda, with him riptiding, but that's just... Loda's moved it into the jungle right now, and you can see... I love this play from Drax, just making sure he's got vision of him. Loda's going to get ice sharded. It will connect. Drax will go forward. Oh, he's got Song. He's level 6, and Bulldog's going to TP in. They're going to try to turn this around, but here comes Fata. Bulldog knows. He'll actually do a great Sprout just to make sure Fata can't get up to the high ground, and that means... Song's wasted, but he keeps himself alive. Loda will back up towards that top lane and continue to try to find CS.
Like, this ward in this jungle is going to make it so hard for Loda to farm it all. Because now, I don't actually think they know about that. They probably assume that if there's a ward up here, it's going to be in this sector. But this ward alone is going to spot the rotations from Loda. They know that the Song is down, and I think this is kind of Liquid's time to try to get aggressive around the map. This bottom lane, Matama Man, he's getting harassed pretty hard, but he's going to go on S4.
Oh, with the bash, amplify damage. I'm telling you, man, Slardar going in. But then again, there's Ake. There's the Ravage, and Man's actually probably. Ooh, stick charge, keeping him alive. There's the Plasma Field. Ake in trouble.
Right, he's on
heal
dead.
as well. S4 in trouble. The last right click, no, it's the decay from Mind Control coming in, getting the KS, easily done, and that's 2 dead. And finally, they bring down the big bad Watermelon, and that's huge too. That stops. I mean, Ravage is down now. They didn't get a kill with it. I guess it gives space for a load of top lane, but they'll rotate somebody up there pretty soon to stop him from farming.
That is not a damage dealing combo, Wisp plus Tide. It's very tanky, yes, but when you've got a Slardar who's using amplified damage, and on top of that, you're diving under a tower, you get a quick kill, you probably still die. I don't even know if that's worth it. And Matamba Man is just going to get so much closer to a few items. Like, he has his treads now, Blink Dagger to follow, but this is going to make things okay for him. Like, previously, he was in dirt poor zone. Now he's kind of just
all right.
Sort of poverty.
I mean, you know, again, it wasn't the easiest of lanes, obviously.
He was against like a dual lane at all times by himself, pretty much.
Yep. But the roaming has been very effective. They're going to maybe find another one for Admiral Bulldog here. He did sprout really well. They have no Walrus Punch, and there's no way to bring him down as the Dazzle is he's incapable of stunning, so we'll just back away, at least for now. And the Shadow Wave will come out. They're just taking over the enemy jungle. And Loda has to sit behind his tower. He'll have to use his Riptide to CS maybe some of the jungle camps as well. It's just, they're really struggling for farm. Look at this. They dove behind a tier 2 tower. I think they were looking for mine. Suddenly, that Tusk is just dead. I don't know what was happening there. They made an aggressive play. I think the Snowball came out and he went a little too far under that tower, but the Laguna Blade came out for Minots, and that will provide at least something. Their first kill of the game for Alliance.
They're doing a really good job of putting pressure on the map, and again, that jungle ward actually, both sentries miss, and this is what I was talking about. The obvious places to put him are either here above the camp or at this high ground area, and when you kind of take away both, it's just like in the center of both of them. Alliance has like no idea what's going on. They even place a sentry down here now. They're just missing on every single front. So
that's at least 400 gold worth of sentries down the drain.
Yeah,
excellent stuff.
That actually doesn't go anywhere.
That ward is still going to last for another 3.5 minutes. And there's another ward behind the tower, but that one's going to die pretty soon as well.
This is getting kind of ridiculous. Like, this is where you can really make impact as a support with wards like that.
Yep. They've done a great job. Like we've talked about it ad nauseum. Just making sure you get the vision in the jungle. The only thing that could go better right now for Liquid is if
oh my god, they just placed another sentry.
Who's buying all these? Is it Ake?
Oh, they've like created a perimeter zone where they're just like sentry. They can't find it.
Just lost their tier 1 tower to Fata, who now has, what, 1,000 gold. Mind Control will actually pick up a kill in the jungle. It's going to be the Admiral Bulldog, Nature's Prophet. You know, there is that Naga Siren. Bottom lane, Ravage is going to come out as well. There's going to be getting the last right click. I can't believe it.
You gotta get this at least, Loda.
Is up in 3. There's the song.
Oh, he's gotta get out. I don't even think he can commit for this.
Loda, he's going to get Slithering Crushed.
Oh no!
And damage, he's just going to turn on this. Matema Man doesn't care if he dies. There's Tough with the Snowball. Loda's going to get right click down. No, it's the Eye of the Storm, and the poor Io goes down again as he just can't find anything. That's 4 heroes dead in the process of maybe 30 seconds. Yeah, you got Matema Man. Oh, great, but it doesn't matter. The lead farmer of the game, Fata, jumps in, gets the kill. God, this game looks awful for Alliance.
Yeah, everything is just going so bad right now, and my oh no's and pleas for don't going in aren't really changing anything, and Loda just, or S4 at bottom, he's just gonna get gone on. He just TP'd in and died again, and now things are kind of getting unbelievable. And
Bulldog is
this would be a huge kill.
Can they get him? He doesn't have TP for a couple
he's
seconds.
Just gonna kill people.
Yeah, he's gonna use his plasma field. Bulldog doesn't have much damage. They do have the Eye. The spirits might be enough, and they finally will. But he did buy before he died. Fata still gets the double kill in the end. But the courier almost died to the tower. It has 7 HP. It will survive. But Matema Man now involved. Could sprint ahead if he wanted to, but waiting for that blink dagger now with 1,000 gold. They've been battling bottom for so long, but look at top. This is a undying split pushing and taking your tier 1 tower. They glyph it to no avail. He has got a mech now at 12 minutes in to hit the tower. Hit the damn tower. There you go. Good job. All right. There's a fight maybe breaking out now.
You can't take a fight now when he's got the mech available to him. It's an Undying that's level 9. You've got the Naga illusions, but those aren't really going to be able to survive. So Loda's not really going to want to commit those. Just for that. The good news for Alliance is you've still got a Wisp plus a Naga.
Yep.
That's a lot of hard reset that you can have in team fights. And the fight doesn't, or the game doesn't really start until that Naga has a Radiance.
Yep.
But you can't just take those engagements. You can't afford to just constantly lose heroes.
Oh, S4 stack.
S4.
He cannot afford to not only die, but lose this stack as well. Snowball will come in, and the plasma field should finish him off, and it will. They even get the grave off on Jirax. Minos would have gotten that kill with the Dragon Slave. He'll just TP away. I think they should take the stack. They're going to get a double damage rune. Fox is going to go right in. This is a huge stack. They can't let this go. Minos is going to walk up, and he's going to lose his life as well. Alliance are losing so much out of this exchange. They might get a little bit of farm for Loda, but this stack is going to go to Fata and the rest of the squad from Liquid.
This was their comeback mechanic for their Tidehunter. Like, this is why he was able to play so aggressively, because eventually he can just kind of farm this out. But with the DD rune and his ultimate popped, Matama Man might go down.
Okay, they've relocated in, I believe. Bulldog's going to go to work on a Matama Man. There's the trance. They will do the job, and they actually will keep some of their ancients alive. Croaky doesn't have a TP out. Fata does.
The majority of them do die, though.
It could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, at least they got a kill out of it. But still, you can't continue to afford to have engagements like this.
Bulldog, no. He'll buy his haste. He's going to be going for a Maelstrom, and that'll provide some damage. I mean, they really need it at this point. Fox is going to get tanky enough where right clicks are just not going to do the job. Snowball coming in as 4. He's got the Ravage. Now Minos coming in, getting a good LSA Walrus Punch going through, but so does the Laguna. And
Are you going to have the Ravage for this?
There's going to be the Ravage as well. They get the Grave off. He's not even that low. S4 in trouble. There's going to be the Flesh Golem. Tombstone on the ground. Minos getting destroyed by these zombies. Plasma Field. They can't do anything. Great Ice Shards, and Fata now dominating. 4 heroes dead in the dirt. Alliance. Oh my god, it's slaughter. 16-4.
Now they finished the Ancients. You're being picked apart right now. They had to have known that the ward was still there. Like, there's no reason for them not to place this ward here. And it just doesn't feel like they're 100% cognizant of where everything is. Like, for me, it just comes down to the warding battle. Liquid have just stomped them.
Yes.
Like, they were able to get that ward in the jungle, the one at the Ancients. Alliance just kind of feels a little bit tilted with their sentries.
That's game winning, honestly.
It is.
You take some of those fights away, and they're maybe a little, I mean, they're not as even, but, you know, they're in there.
That's the full SNY now completed.
God. Fata.
There's almost an ag now for mind control, too. This is a really, really farmed Undying.
Oh my god. You imagine an Aghanim Scepter on this hero just running around at like, what, 20, 30, 25 minutes of the game maximum?
I think he's going to get it at like 25 minutes. And when you're looking at a hero like Wisp, who naturally isn't very tanky, or a 729 HP Lina, you take away more than a third of her strength at just like 20 minutes into the game.
She dies to like 1 Plasma Field and 1 Decay at that point, probably.
Yeah. That's going to be really rough. I don't really quite know what the game plan is, and Fata's just going to go in on Minos.
He's just popping the Eye of the Storm. LSA is going to go, but Minos will die to just the ultimate. Fata doesn't give a damn. He wants S4 as well. I mean, he's pretty tanky. I don't know how tanky he is. He'll TP out, and that's the right call. There was no extra support coming through on the side of Liquid, but I don't think they needed it. On the other side, relocate out from Ake the Wisp just to make sure Lotus stays alive. I believe they were looking for the Slaughter, Slitherine Crush, who he just had a newly minted Blink Dagger, but they should get Ake out of this at the very least. There's no real creeps to... Well, he did tether actually towards an illusion?
Yeah!
That was pretty insane.
He might actually get out. No, he's going to get Snowball.
Yeah, Snowball will connect. They don't have Walrus Punch. And he still has tether in 1 second. He's going to live.
What a baller Ake
Jirax
is. They're going to get a kill now, too.
Dead. He's donezo.
Ake Dota? Alliance are doing it. I mean, 2,800 gold on your Naga now. Unfortunately for them, Fata just had the game of his life right now. He's like 9-1, has a pretty decent CS score right now. 101 to couple with 9 kills is unbelievable. He's got 10k net worth, or just about. And I think I'm going to do math here. I think my relative timing is it's like 20 minutes for 10k net worth is considered good. So for him to have it at 17, he's well ahead of schedule.
Oh, I would think so.
Okay.
Against Dueling. I mean, I guess it was a Dueling for like maybe a minute and a half, and then Ake's like, I need to help people everywhere else on the map. So, there's not much that the rest of Alliance can do. It really comes down to Loda getting the Radiance, and then you get the Radiance, and then you still have to wait for another couple of items, Octarine, maybe Boots of Travel, maybe Mantis Style. And then by that point, then Fata's even bigger than he already is. Slaughter has probably his next item. Mind Control will have an Aghanim Scepter, and you just cannot deal with that. That's too much decay. That's too much strength gain or strength drain coming through from that Undying. There's a 10,000 net worth like you talked about for Fata. They have still great vision in the enemy jungle in places that you wouldn't really expect to ward. I mean, that's not a common ward spot, I don't think either. So.
All right, so
Maybe you
this
take
game,
Roche, right? I think you just take Roche if you're liquid.
I don't know if you can, because the Nature's Prophet can just continuously send treants down there, and at the same time, you don't want to give up a Roche onto a Naga, because she can just sleep, walk in.
Yeah.
I don't know if Alliance would want to take that fight, but I mean, they are the kings of Roshan. I think Mindnuts is going to go down here.
You should.
Yeah.
Soul Rip, long range from Mind Control will do the job. Tombstones on the deck, and they'll start pressuring this tier 2 tower, because Spot has double damage rune. I mean, what else, you know? Why not? Why not have a double damage rune?
This is pretty much a race at this point. If Loda can get a Radiance at a reasonable time still, and
What do you consider reasonable, though?
21 minutes.
Okay.
I think if he can get it by 21 minutes, they can still kind of make this game okay. But there's just so much, kind of the key component to this lineup for Liquid is this Dazzle. He's going to be what allows them to continue these pushes, and this mech from Mind Control will make it so that even if he does have the Radiant, the illusions are so weak at this phase, they just get 2-shot and then you continue to push. Like, if you didn't have either of these heroes or the mech, you couldn't conceivably continue to push after 1 or 2 Riptides.
Yeah.
But because of that, you know, you just drop Tombstone in the background and then go to town on the tower.
The illusions die so quickly, not just the right clicks. I mean, what, Shadow Wave, Plasma Field, Ice Shards, even the summons, the treants are pretty quick to fall as well.
You gotta play ultra split push Dota. Like, if you're Alliance right now, go back to your roots. Yeah, you can't.
This is what they're doing.
You can't actually take head-on engagements. Not when a Razor is this farmed, and not when a Undying has an Aghanim Scepter completed.
And you see that with the pickup of the Blink Dagger for Bulldog. He wants to be able to split push a little bit and blink out if necessary. He might still get caught here or there, but this is going to make it a bit safer for him to farm where he wants, split push where he wants, and just generally stay alive.
Yeah, this is generally the item that you go for when you want to go for the split push. A lot of people think that the split push comes down to just having necro books or tower damage dealing items, but it really just comes down to mobility. Like, I think people always still underrate mobility as a whole.
Shadowblade was one of the big things too. It's another one of those types of items.
Shadowblade got nerfed though.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
I really like that item. Matumba Man's just waiting though for Bulldog. Like, what they're gonna do right now is show 4 bottom, and then Matumba Man goes to the gank, and then as soon as so Bulldog's gonna see the heroes at bottom, then he's immediately gonna create trees.
This is so smart. Matumba Man. Oh, what a blink reaction! Bulldog knew. He only saw 4 heroes bottom. He knew that something was up, and Matumba Man will clean up a couple of these treants. And at the same time, they're actually gonna get this tier 2 tower bottom. I don't see any contention coming out from Alliance. So. They don't really lose anything. They could have gotten a kill on Bulldog. They've taken all of the outer towers with the exception of the top lane.
You see Mindnuts mid? This is like this is kind of a known death. This is something that you do to force a lot of heroes to rotate into, because it's a free kill, but it's on your lowest net worth hero. And what this does is it allows your Naga some space to farm, and it gives Bulldog a little bit more information.
So you could theoretically report him for intentional feeding, because that's what he's doing at this point.
Yeah, that's a lot of people look at that and say that's a stupid death. That makes no sense. Like, why did he just die there? But he knows that they're going to go for him. But he's going to force 4 heroes to kind of make a decision, and this is going to allow the rest of his team to farm. Like, this is what you do as a 5-position support. You have 2,100 net worth. The most effective thing that you could be doing as a support is finding information for your team.
Bulldog going to be able to TP away, and Drax is not quite finding him yet. He's very close to a Blink Dagger if that's his item. They already have amp damage, so, you know, they could go for a Solar Crest or a Medallion if they wanted to, but the biggest item, I think, coming out for Liquid is this Aghanim Scepter, and he is about 250 gold away. That's frightening as all hell. I can't even imagine dealing with that. I don't think I've seen it yet in a competitive game. I'm sure it's been built before, but they even have a gem now, too, which is huge.
It's pretty absurd the amount of damage that you put out. They have a lot of good bursts too with the Slardar and the Tusk and the Razor. Like, they have tons of follow-up to that decay. So Alliance at this phase, maybe you even give up your tower or racks, but you just have to continue the split push. Yeah, like, Bulldog's the best in the game at it.
1 racks down is not absurd for Nagasaki. Even 2 racks is, I think, maybe doable depending on the situation.
Yeah. What you kind of have as a mentality as a team is that your racks are lives. It's like every single rack that you can give up, that's like 1 life to work with. So you technically Alliance right now, what they really have is 3 lives. So as long as you keep those racks alive, you continue the split push, the Naga Siren will always keep you in the game.
They even, oh my god, they relocated to the jungle. They throw down an aggressive ward. There's a Radiance for Naga, and she's just like, oh my god, I get a free minute for farm for myself. Loda's just... And then they relocate back. They're just in the illusions there, and the illusions will do enough damage to clear out some of these creep camps.
Yeah,
he's actually going to creep cut the wave mid too.
Yeah. It's to make sure it's 1 so you can creep cut the wave, but Also, so that you have a hero that can save your Wisp. And again, Minus is going to be the sacrificial lamb.
Maybe not. He gets mech'd up. S4 did pick it up.
Okay, he's going to get decayed.
Decayed?
More?
Decayed? Yeah, there it is. That killed him. S4 now is going to get drained, and Mind Control is just hammer fisting into him. He did lose a bit of damage, though, with the Anchor Smash, and they're going to go for the tier 3 tower. This quick push continues on top lane, but, I mean, this is what you were talking about. This is a life they're going to lose, and without S4, without his Ravage especially, he does have buyback. They might be able to use it, but without that, they're just going to lose this Rax, and I think at this point it might be beneficial to them. What just happened? Did they just destroy Io? I don't even see him on the map.
He just got like 2 shot in the mid lane. He actually came back, and I think you're right. Like, I don't even think he could ghost for the fight there. Like, don't even bother. You're gonna lose the Rex if you continue, but they're actually gonna force them back and net win for Alliance. I guess they just don't trust their ability to go high ground for towers. Like Razor without Aghanims or anything like that is pretty hard. He's probably gonna go for he grabs AC here, and then they have a high ground mechanic.
I don't know, that seems... I feel like they could have gotten something done there. At least a range, at least a melee, one of those two, and then back up.
I think you just don't want to test
buyback.
it. Yeah, maybe they just didn't want to test it. It's like, you're still playing against a Tidehunter Naga.
That's the thing. If they stay too long, they almost take a Rax, and then they get songed, and then...
Bulldog's done such a good job of not dying.
And he's going to sprout himself in and get snowballed while dying to Fox's right click. There's the Tumble Man blinking in. He gets the amp damage off. S4 has the Ravage. He might even be forced
to use it. He really doesn't want to do this.
No, he really does. And there's the TP back from Mina. It's still level 1 Laguna Blade at this point. The song, they're going to set up for a fight. S4, he's going to get a 4-man Ravage here if he can. He's going to walk up and he's going to pop it off.
Oh, Bulldog
back as well, but Fox pops the BKB. But Tumble Man gets blown up. Where's the Undying? He's not even there. He's in the base. Still, Walrus Punch will take one down. Buyback coming in from Bulldog. Not doing much yet. Relocate out just to make sure they can keep Ake and their other hero alive. Bots are trying to TP away as well. He'll make it out. That's a Song and Ravage combo. It does net 2 kills for them, and they don't lose anything in the process. They keep their Rax alive. Alliance are still in and ready to go, but here comes Mind Control down the mid lane. Is he really going to go for this? Now he's just going to go ahead and try to farm a little bit.
Alright, all they have to do is kind of continue to hold the line. Jerax might actually get spotted out here. He doesn't have his blink quite out.
That was...
Oh, Loda's going to see him.
He just threw up his sigil. Loda's going to get the haste rune. I don't know why. Drax actually, he didn't have a TP scroll, but...
Yeah, he's super dead.
He didn't have a TP scroll, but the sigil came down from the high ground. I think they knew where he was. He could have waited for the blink back towards the jungle, and then just, I don't know, done some Benny Hill stuff, but...
Even if you had to blow the Ravage, though, and you had to use the buyback, that's something that you have to force at that point. Otherwise, Liquid are just going to feel like you're never going to take the fight.
Right.
And you want to use the... You want to try to use the Tide Ravage offensively if possible. Because that's the thing is, yeah, you can use it defensively, but it's not going to be nearly as effective. Like, setting it up with a sleep and actually being able to get it off is 10 times better in that situation.
There's the Boots of Travel. Minus dies somewhere on the map.
Bottom.
Vacant Grave. And it's just the scoreline for him. It's
all good, dude. I'm trying to tell you. It's the space creation death.
I don't disagree with you.
He's up in 30 seconds and he's worth 2.4k gold.
I'm sure Minus, you know...
That's how much the human life is worth, 2.4k gold. He doesn't even care. The information is more important.
I don't think he can feel too good about it. That's all I'm saying.
It's Tevs.
They're chasing after this illusion like it's God's greatest creation. This Naga Siren. They're clowning on Tumble Man right now, who by the way has a BKB within what 50 gold-ish?
Yeah. The problem right now are the BKBs. Like, you saw Fada just walk into the middle of everybody, and he takes no damage.
Right, because the biggest thing about this team fight and this lineup from Alliance was what we talked about, is the Ravage. The Ravage was going to keep them in the game, it was going to keep them alive, it was going to keep their Axis safe. If BKB's on, 2-3 heroes, I wouldn't even put it past the Undying to buy one now. Do you start going right-click with this Aghanim Scepter, or do you maybe just think about, just go for the standard utility?
No, go buy Shivas or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
It's okay. Liquid, though, they want to continue to try to press the advantages. They don't want to get split up, but as I say that, Alliance actually still...
Push.
Yeah, they take the tier 2 atop.
Is there a glyph available for the Dire squad? There isn't. It's down. There is a glyph available for the Radiant squad, but I don't think any trade is worth it at this point if you're Liquid. There's a lot of tower damage coming out from Alliance. Bulldog will back up, so will Loda. There will already be a TP coming in on the side of the Slaughter. Now they're working on the mid-racks here. Not done yet. They don't have that glyph, and Fata with the double damage again, chipping away. It's not dead. It stands at 18 HP. They have the Ravage. Where's S4? He's walking up. He's got a Force Staff if necessary. Song's still going. Now the snowball on. Saves a couple of heroes. They get the Rax. There is no Ravage just yet. S4 will pop it off. Mind Control. And it does hit on Drax as well. The Laguna Blade. Mind Control. Soul lifting himself up. Staying alive.
Oh, Bulldog's gonna die.
Bulldog in trouble. The last couple of right clicks and Fada whipping them down. Rax mid exposed, buyback from the aisle, Loda trying to do what he can. He's going to just farm bottom essentially, but at this point they're going to lose their mid Rax, and that's, like you talked about, one of their lives. And maybe even more with Bulldog down for 53 seconds, as of course S4 down for 25, and even more importantly the Ravage down. They could lose 2 sets here if they're not careful. If
you couldn't win the fight 4v5 with the Slardar on the opposite side of the map and he's your 1 position, then you're probably in a position that's kind of unrecoverable. Like, you're gonna lose this bottom Rax no matter what. This is just the reality of life right now. You don't have a Ravage available. They know that the Song of the Siren is most likely on cooldown too, which it is. And Loda still isn't in fighting condition. He's probably like 5-6k away from being able to actually take a fight.
But you gotta commend him. I mean, for how far away this game was, he's done a nice job of at least staying viable. It's just not enough. It's really just not enough. I really think, I've said this before, not only the race, but Drax is just a goddamn player, and he continues to do so. He's going to find Minuts. Won't actually get the kill. Mech comes out, but Fata like hits him twice and kills him instantly.
I think it was just a combination of, for me, the warding, plus this Razor play so far. Like, Fata's just been in there in the middle of everything. His item build, fantastic. He's kept up in farm, and the aggression that he's put out is just too much. And you see Loda already. Like, he's getting chased away pretty hard right now.
There's not much. They're just diving the well. He snowballs in and then blinks out. And now they're going to find S4, blow him up. They get a couple of decay stacks on Mind Control. He's hitting for 141. Which actually doesn't seem like that much right now, but it's for 29 minutes of the game when you're an Undying, and that's not even really what you're known for. Hammer fisting pretty strong, it's pretty solid. They're going to head top, they want to take this tier 2 tower, and they want to finish this game off. You get, 3 sets of Rax, and that's it. I mean, even with the Naga this far behind, it's almost impossible, if not impossible altogether. They're going to actually chase after Bulldog. He did blink away, he's got his TP up in 10 seconds, he's got his Sprout as well, just to try to keep him alive. Drax will blink, Decidual will get some vision, Ice Shards as well. Bulldog not spotted out yet. There's going to be the Sprout, then he blinks away, kind of a juke. Now we'll try to go for the TP, he will make it away. Bulldog is just trying every which way.
He's good at what he does.
Yeah.
Loda's gonna go for the Manta first, realizes can't be as greedy this game. You need some way to fight, but by the time he actually grabs it, I don't know how much it'll matter. Like, they're just gonna go for this top push and not stop.
I like.
You notice they haven't even gone for the Aegis.
Yeah. There's, again, 0 Roaches this game, I believe.
Yeah.
By the way, the Ag build from Bulldog seems pretty good in this situation.
You might as well go for it. You need some way to continue the split push. And you're not doing any damage with your right clicks, not against Fada and the Slardar. You're just gonna die. You have to just continue to split the map.
There's just no burst damage, and the longer a fight goes on with Tombstone, and especially with Decay up, and the Tumble Man getting off a couple of good slithering crushes, and while Fata being as tanky as he is, there's just not much they can do. They're getting dove past the Rax now. There's a 4-staff into a Ravage, nicely done. They do some damage. They get the Laguna Blade off, and they heal him up. Great double slithering crush, and Bulldog gets blown the hell up. Walrus Punch Ake gets jumped into the air. He's dead. They buy back on 2. Loda's about to go down as well. He does have his song still up, but they're just sitting at the entrance of the fountain. All that's standing in their way is a set of Rax, and well, actually, it's just the GG. And Alliance, they were behind from the get-go, Blitz, but that's just a solid game plan coming out from Liquid.
Yeah, they did such a good job of invading the jungle. You notice that, again, I just want to point out, if you're a support player and you're unsure how to have impact, that ward at top, the one that like survived through like 5 different sentries, that's how you win a game, like almost instantly by yourself as a support.
600 gold wasted
exactly.
for one observer ward. That
and you're
didn't
already
get dewarded.
Like, what are you supposed to do about that?
And by the time those sentry wards came out, also they had already lost a couple of heroes.
Yeah, and on top of that, if you go for sentries like that, you place like 4 consecutive sentries, and then the next set of wards that Liquid decide to place, like when they place the one at the Ancients, you just don't have the money to reward it. Like, that's how you have long-lasting impact as a support.
Mm-hmm. So support overall super solid from Team Liquid, but it was more so a team effort. Fata getting dual aimed against for at least a couple minutes, but still coming out highest net worth, wasn't even close. He carried that game hard. Mind Control getting early in Aghanim Scepter, but most importantly, obviously, the mech allowing them to continue to fight. S4 did not have the impact he wanted to. So game 1, the stomp goes the way of Alliance. Game 2, the stomp goes the way of Liquid. And that means